Hi there, your sister Liz India, your life coach. Now let's talk about cults. Because it's already with us and it has been there. And one thing I'll tell you is that cults have not begun today, and the Kilifi issue is not isolated. In Nairobi and every part of this country, there are cults. Cults are worldwide. In the US, I think that's where the majority of cults begin, and that's where the majority are. I think there are over 1,000 cults in the USA. I'm not sure, but I think so. The last thing I read, there were about 500. That's when I was reading a certain article. And it's about 8 years ago, that's when the article was written. But when we look at our country, and let's not isolate and think it's political, we blame who and who. We need first to empathize with these people who are in cults. I could be talking to you, maybe you're in a cult and you don't even understand what it is that I'm talking about. But I want you to look at it and ask yourself some questions. Is your leader, because a cult is where a leader is charismatic, very powerful, and has rules and regulations, and is this guy who will set the rules of the game, will confine people to behave in a certain way. He has the power to give you a new name, because the idea is to give you a new identity. Also, a cult is manipulative. It is manipulative because what it does, it gives you a lot of love bombing. Then it will isolate you and make you feel we belong to this group. We are part of this group, and this group is the one that cares about me. There are some that are so bad that they isolate you from your family. It is so bad that you will see a parent see their child beaten, sexually molested, and they are still in that cult. You'd wonder, are they normal? And I'm sure you're thinking, how can they do that? But I want to tell you the psychology behind it. The psychology behind it is that when you're in a cult, when you get into a cult, you don't get into a cult knowing that my child will be killed or I'll be beaten or I will die. No, nobody can go into something knowingly that it's bad. What happens is that in your life, at one time or another, you're vulnerable, you're going through something, you're down. And what happens? This person comes into your life. Maybe you've even gone for a function, you've gone even to a school. I mean, you're doing your daily life. You're even in the streets and somebody approaches you. They're so loving. They're so kind. They're like, Liz, hi, how are you? I love your hair. It is looking beautiful. You look lovely. You look very nice. How are you? How have you been? Or I just like your spirit. I like the way you're talking. I like the way you do things. And they praise you. They praise you. You feel so good. And by bad luck, you are on a low, of which we all go through a low moment. What will happen is that person will captivate you, and you will feel loved and accepted. So they will call you another day and they're like, Liz, there's this place I go to and we have very good prayers. Can you join? You will go the first day. It is nice. When you go, they accept you. They are very nice. The leader will highly regard you, even give you a prophetic message. And you're thinking, way, I've been looking for a husband. I've been looking for a wife. I've been looking for a job. And then you're told you're getting a job in a month's time. My friend, we human beings, we are looking for hope. So what will happen? Unaingia box. You start going there every day, every now and again. With time, you don't realize that you have gotten into something that is so tight. Then with time, there will be requirements you will need to fulfill for you to be part of the group. And you will be told, if you don't fulfill them, that promise, that job, that husband, that wife, that child you're looking for will not come. And so you desire to have those things. So you will conform. With no time, you're doing things that are out of the norm, and your family members are wondering, Liz, ni how, what's going on? You've changed. But you cannot see it because you've already been really coerced, manipulated, and then these people accept you and they show you how good you are because of joining them, and those people outside telling you otherwise, they are wrong. Another thing is that they will also be they will condemn and shame you if you have a contrary uh, opinion or you question. If you do, they will shame you, they will show you how bad you are and how you are going back to the old person you were. Then they will give you a new name. That name is to make you have a different identity. There's a program I have called Be Unstoppable, and I say that how do you change behavior? How do you bring transformation? Is that you need to change the way you think and the way you do stuff so that you can see a lifestyle change. Now, what I teach is that you are changed to be a better person, but you have your full mind. But in this case, you are changing to conform to this cult leader. And you will be so engrossed in it that you will get a new name, you will get a new identity. And I mean, it makes you feel I'm a new person. And the old is gone. And they will use the word of God, by the way, to do all these things. And what happens that now slowly you start changing. Then they isolate you from your family members so that they show you that your family members are bad. I've seen people who have even hated on their parents. Can you imagine? I've seen others who have been so cruel to their own children just because of a cult. And I want to tell you, stop shaming them. Empathize with these people because one, they have been brainwashed. They have been made to believe that this person, this leader is everything. Another characteristic is that this leader will always extract money and benefits from the group. And therefore, they will always ensure that some are working and working in very high profile places so that they're able to give them money. Others will be working probably in their houses, they are cleaning, they are doing stuff for them. Na wao ni wadosi. You know, they are the Jesus. You know, they're the ones who are on top there. They are the gods. So people are doing stuff for them, and their life of the members revolve around the leaders, around the leader. And they will never question. If they question, they are reprimanded. They are punished for it. And then, so whenever they are punished, their other members can never agree to question. So they will. Then another thing is that they also will talk about, they will want to know your history. Some will even write it down so that after the records, they will be using that history against you. So that you will always be like, guy, can I conform? So I want to tell you this. What is happening in Kilifi has happened before. Other people have actually put themselves in a room and burned themselves. Others have gone and drowned themselves. So many things happen. But the problem is this, is that the leader is psychologically crazy. And because of that, he or she will pull other people in so that they can go down with him or her. Now, let's not politicize what is happening in Kenya. Let us realize that it's an issue that needs to be addressed. And one thing I can assure you is that today we will clean up and stop that cult in Kilifi. Tomorrow, there's another one. Cults don't end, but you as a person, don't fall into that trap. Seek other ways of getting hope. Hope, we all need it, but we don't need to be in an enclosed place or in a place where you're socially secluded for you to have hope or for you to go on with your life. So I want to encourage you. If you're in a cult, it's possible to get out, but it's not easy. The person who has a friend or a relative in a cult, I'm sorry, it's painful. And I'm sure when you're hearing people talk about it and politicize it, it hurts you because you realize that you have tried to help your friend. You've tried to help your relative. You tried to help your mother. And you've not been able to. But there is hope, but it's work and a lot of therapy that is needed. And I love you. And thank you for listening to me. Subscribe, share, and God bless you. Bye.